Hey guys, I'm back, and today Tale Worlds has just released the beta patch 1.5.9 for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. We're going to go through the patch notes, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. I'm going to go ahead and read through everything. It seems like uh, people really appreciate it when we go through everything, even though I find a lot of this stuff not very important. But so this is going to be a fairly long video because this is a fairly large patch. And it actually does have some pretty cool things in it. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading it. We're going to start out with single player crash fixes. It says it fixes a crash that occurs when the player or hideout boss killed one of the spectator troops during a hideout duel. Fix the crash that occurred when pressing Control and plus on an empty item stack. Fix the crash that occurred when switching weapon types in the crafting screen when secondary usage has been selected. Fix the crash that occurs when encountering parties on the campaign map. Fix the crash that occurs when trying to talk to a lord in a besieging army. Fix the crash that occurs when executing the last non-mercenary lord of a kingdom. Fix the crash that occurs while loading a game after activating the Lord Needs Garrison Troops quest. Fix the crash that occurs due to know-how perk bug after attacking a caravan. Fix the crash that occurs when entering a settlement after being held as a prisoner at the time of loading a save file. I'm going to go ahead and just shorten it to after the conversation with Tactios was finished, after the conversation with Arzagos about Assemble the Dragon banner was finished, when the conspiracy base of operations quest was completed with the hideout boss dead, due to clans being created in the last phase of the main story not having their leaders set correctly, when loading an old save that started on the Siege Aftermath menu, which now contains pillaging options, occurred by decision proposals made by eliminated or mercenary clans, occurred after losing a battle with an army. So those were all crash fixes. The next little section is save and load. It says fix the bug that prevented saving on some game menus. Fix the bug that made some notables and companions disappear on load. Okay, we're going to keep on going. The next section is localization. It says fix missing reference links for non-English languages in the concepts text of the encyclopedia. Turkish translation updates, Chinese translation updates, minor text updates. Now in art, we have added a new clothing item, decorated thick tunic, added a new cloak, reinforced neck guard, performance improvements to Sturgia Level 2 Gatehouse model, fixed cloth physics issues with the Northern Warlord helmet. The next thing's animations. NPC characters now have a smoother transition from walking to running when escorting players. Inventory animations refactoring has been completed. Characters no longer reset their animations when a new item is equipped. Audio. Minor ambient sound fixes to scenes. Then we're going to move on to UI. This is party screen change values. It says the party screen now shows influence, horse, morale change on top of gold change. Influence gain shows up while donating troops, horse change shows up while upgrading troops, and morale change shows up while recruiting prisoners. Players are now able to see exactly how much currency they will gain or lose when they close the screen with the done button. UI code gen. We've implemented a new system for UI screen initialization and execution. This change improves performance and memory usage. Gamepad navigation improvements. Players can now navigate some selected screens with the D-pad. Initial menu and conversations with D-pad up and down. Oh, don't sound like a complete sandwich. Initial menu and conversations with D-pad up and down. While on the campaign map, when the cursor is at the center, players can click D-pad left, focus on the game menu, and navigate the game menu with up and down. Clicking right and down at the stage will focus on the map bar, and using D-pad left right will navigate the map bar. From the center, right will focus on the map notifications, and up will focus on the portraits of the settlement overlay. This feature is currently only enabled with gamepads, but will be implemented for keyboard arrow keys and the enter key for click action in the near future. Added a color switcher button to the banner editor. This button will swap the current sigil colors with the background color. That's pretty cool because I've always wished that my background colors could be my sigil colors. So I wish they would add more colors, but at least you can kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, changes keybind text to key icons in the scoreboard and spectator screen. Added conformity bar and tooltips to party prisoner tuples. Moved governor assignment teleportation actions to town management pop-up close to avoid unwanted teleportation of clan members. Added a new illustration to the kingdom diplomacy screen background. Added a new issue solved by hero notification to settlement events. Notifications above the settlement nameplates to inform the player about actions that AI lords are taking when entering a settlement. Improve how rich text icons are displayed. They're now shown more clearly, e.g. gold icons in text. Added a warning red text color change to map info bar party size label. It will now turn red if the main party is currently over the party limit. Added ransom broker to the mission name markers, alternate key in tavern scenes. Added a new rebellion map icon. Changed workshop names to reflect their names rather than their job names. This will make the name consistent with other screens. Improved visibility of the green arrow on the campaign map that shows up for gamepad navigations. Added map notifications for gained traits. That's pretty cool. Gained traits, I'm assuming that's, the traits like, honorable and all that stuff. I mean, that's what I'm hoping that's what that is and not just, your, one-handed and stuff like that. Inventory menu plus and minus keys now buys sells all when combined with control. Let's keep this thing moving. We got a lot to cover. Okay, now we got some fixes. Fix small layout issue in the recruitment, face gen, options, quests, crafting, and character developer. Encyclopedia, gift thief, inventory, and education screens. Fix the bug that could cause the wrong damage amount to be shown up in the combat log. Fix some input bugs with backspace and integer inputs. Added the missing create kingdom hint back to the clan screen create kingdom button. Fix a bug that caused the last location in Notables tooltips to appear twice. Fix the bug that triggered the X Bandit hero died notification. Fix the bug that caused the party speed tooltip to be different from the actual speed. Fix the bug that caused the menu text to appear incorrectly after a hostile action had been ended by a declaration of peace. Fix the bug that caused the raid icon to be shown after save load the game in a recently raided settlement. Fix the bug that caused the pillaging options to not be clickable after sieges. Now we'll move on to battles and sieges. Hopefully I'll hear something about the freaking ladder bug, but we'll see. Killing a lord on the battlefield no longer triggers relation penalties. Fix the bug that prevented routed agents from switching to run mode. Spectator/ghost camera mode in missions now considers scrolling through more important characters first, such as generals, lords, companions, etc. I've heard about this, and that's pretty cool. You don't want to be, with a freaking recruit, when you're cycling through people. Parties with high wound ratio now visit settlements more often to reduce the risk of being caught by enemies. Fix the prosperity loss calculations for pillaging. Fixed a pillaging relating bug where the AI would take into account the settlement's owner's culture instead of the settlement culture when deciding what to do after a siege. Fixed a bug that could cause incorrect AI formation behavior. So I don't hear anything about the ladders. I'm sure that they would be extremely clear if that was fixed because people's been complaining for a year now. But that's unfortunate. But we're going to just move on. Okay, character development system. Sandbox mode has been added to the game. Weight and build sliders have been added to both Sandbox and Campaign mode. Sandbox mode allows players to choose a starting age group. Sandbox starting position on the world map are determined by the selected character culture. This is cool. I mean, we've been hearing about this. I'm glad it is here now. I mean, it's awesome. Who wants to start with a brother? Who wants to start with, two baby younger brothers and sisters? It's nice to be able to forge your own family and your own king, the way you want to. This is very, very cool. Uh, Pick them off the walls and make them pay perks have been implemented. Crafting stamina and stamina recovery rates now scale with the smithing skill. Leadership skill effect on morale has been decreased. Riding veterinary perk now halves the chance of a hero's mount dying or becoming lame after it falls in battle. Leadership authority perk secondary effect has been changed to increase party size limit by 5. Tactics swift regroup perk primary effect has been changed to decrease disorganized time for breaking sieges or raids by 15%. Scout Foragers perk secondary effect has been changed to 15% reduction of disorganized state recovery duration. Fixed smithing, sharpened edge, and sharpened tool tips perk. Fixed scout, vanguard, and rear guard. What is that? Fixed. Oh, rear guard. Okay. Fixed scouting, vanguard, and rear guard. That's correct. I said rear guard. Perks and perk effects. Fixed a bug that caused mobile parties to be too fast when they had been called to an army with the call to arms perk. Okay. We're moving on to clans and party now. Family members can now be commanded in missions along with companions. Dungeon prisoners are now barterable along with prisoners in the party. Fixed a bug that allows the players to attack a clan member's party. Fixed a bug that provides passive relation increases when leaving children in a settlement. Fixed a bug that prevented family members from providing a passive relation increase when left in a settlement. Fixed a bug that prevented players from assigning a new clan role if the previous one was assigned to a caravan leader. Fixed a bug that prevented the player's brother from being able to be assigned as governor or sent to solve issues. Fixed a bug that caused some troops to need a horse when upgrading to unmounted troops. Kingdom and diplomacy. Fixed being able to join an army through conversation after a truce. Fixed a bug that caused a ruler's clan banner to be incorrect after losing control of a kingdom. Fixed a bug that led to unregistered dynamically created kingdoms. Settlement actions: town, village, castle, and hideout. Added prison break. Oh, awesome, awesome. Let's read this. Players can now break into enemy settlements to rescue clans and family members, vassals, friendly, and neutral lords. After approaching a guard with a bribe to let you into the dungeons, the prison break mission will begin. The sum of the bribe depends on the ransom value of the prisoner, security of the settlement, and roguery skill of the player. In order to break out the prisoner successfully, both you and the prisoner must defeat all the guards within the dungeon without getting knocked out. Higher security and wall levels will make the breakout harder by having more guards stand in the way of you and your escape. Should the prisoner get knocked out in the escape, you'll have to fight your way out alone to save yourself. Leaving the prisoner behind can result in him dying on the dungeon floor or being locked up behind bars again. Should you get knocked out during the escape, you'll become a prisoner or even worse, die. Cool, man. This sounds cool. I've always wondered why it was such like a little labyrinth going down to the dungeon. I mean, that's fighting through there is going to be close quarter contact. You better make sure you take a short sword, a mace, or something, because some of them little walls are it's hard to swing a sword in some small, narrow areas. So this is extremely cool, and the fact that the roguery skill is going to play a part in how much money you have to pay to actually bribe the guards, that actually makes the roguery actually even matter, because I'm sure this is going to come with some big time, charm boost and stuff like that when you break people out, so that's cool, making roguery important, and also taking a risk and having high consequences. The fact that the guy you're trying to break out can die, and the fact that you could even die, huge things at stake. So I really like this. I really like this. So I'm guessing once you make your way out of the actual dungeon, you're free. You don't have to fight your way out the town too, like it was in Warband. So I really like this. This is probably one of my favorite things that I haven't really heard the details of yet. So this is very cool. Okay, let's move on. Fix the mission end condition ambiguity that caused the player to skip the bandit boss fight by becoming unconscious just before all the bandits were killed by the player troops. Fixed a bug that prevented town workshop buildings from affecting town construction speed. Alright, on to quests and issues. Remove randomization when calculating issue difficulty. Duration, crime rating gain, and troop requirements have been updated for escort, merchant caravan, overpriced raw material, nearby bandit base, rival gang move in, need to deliver a herd, needs military training for retainers, can't sell product at a fair price, needs access to village commons, needs grain seeds, needs help with brigands, extortion by deserters, ladies' night out, army of poachers, family feud, and gang leader needs weapons quest. Is that like all the missions? Okay, now we're going, I guess, into more details. Extortion by deserters. Fix the deserter party getting stuck in or near the quest settlement after the player lost a battle against him. Fix a deserter party moving too slowly. Foot troops in a deserter party are now given tier 2 horses of their culture to boost up party speed. Reduce the size of deserter party to adjust quest difficulty. Escort merchant caravan. The quest has been redesigned and re-implemented from scratch. That's cool because some of these missions just weren't good and weren't useful. You know what I'm saying? I hope they buff the rewards and the charm skill and the everything. All the rewards need to be up, in my opinion, for most of these things. Okay, Armory of Poachers changed and added some dialogues. The quest will now fail if the target village is raided or under raid. Deliver a herd. The quest time limit has been increased from 5 to 30. The crime rating penalty has been decreased from 30 to 10. Herders were removed from the quest and quest dialogues were updated. Company of Trouble. The quest reward formula has been updated. The food steal chance and amount were decreased. Needs drought animals. The number of animals will be determined when the issue is created and will not be changed as long as the issue is active. The cost of animal formula has been updated. Fixed a bug that caused the number of quested animals to be different from the quest journal entry. Fixed a bug that caused the quest alternate solution reward goal to be given twice. Scout enemy garrisons. Only faction leaders will now be able to give this quest. The quest will affect the quest giver's influence negative 0.1 daily. The scout skill requirement has been decreased from 40 to 30. Okay. The Spy Among Us. The base reward value has been increased from 300 to 500. The Art of the Trade. Fix the bug that caused the quest giver to ask for 0 items and give 0 dinars in reward. Needs access to village commons. Fix the bug that prevented the rival party from spawning. Notable wants daughter found. Fix the bug that allowed the hero to attack their companion in a duel. Raid the enemy territory. Fix the bug that opened the encounter menu with the quest giver at the end of the conversation. Fix the bug that caused the player to get stuck in a mission after solving the quest with a lured solution. Conversations and encounters. Fix the bug that caused the next dialogue to be broken after loading a game during an active persuasion attempt. Moving on to other. Removed skill templates that overrode designated skill sets. Removed non-civilian tagged weapons from civilian starting equipment. Updated equipment and formations of the bandit bosses. Surgeon veteran bowmen now use the Nordic short bow. That's good. That kind of put some relevance to the Sturgeon bowmen, which were using, I think, hunting bows or something. Remove the ability to record campaign missions since it's not currently supported and causing crashes. Fix the bug that caused some heroes not to spawn after reaching adulthood. Fix some encyclopedia entries that had inconsistent spelling and missing place names. Fix the bug that allowed the player to kill shop workers in town. Fix the bug that made new adults naked. Fix the bug that made disbanded parties names unnamed mobile party. Fix the bug that caused all randomly generated starting player names to be Botanium. Okay, we're gonna move on to multiplayer. I haven't played multiplayer in a long time, but we'll still go through it for you avid multiplayer people. Multiplayer servers will be made available for a limited time for the beta version of the game. Okay. Design and balance. Fix a bug that caused the wrong team to win in overtime. Map related. Added 2 new siege maps, Damong Tool Castle and Azar Stronghold. Zona. Improved to the pit fence physics and other fixes. Iturion. Many physics improvements to corners and other fixes. Fixed the path material. Baravanillos. Encirclement. Fixed an issue with the barricade changes in position when damaging near flag G. Lower outer and inner gate HP. Slightly increased G flag gate HP. Some physics improvements. Sagon Castle. Solved physics problems on stairs. Other miscellaneous. Fix some troops from appearing as too old. Server and network. Fix the crash that occurs when logging into multiplayer. Now we got some UI changes. Add a new option to disable network alert icons and added a visual representation to describe each icon. A confirmation pop-up now shows up when quitting a multiplayer game. Added a unmute all players button to the player scoreboard. Improved the visibility of player avatars and troop types icons both on the scoreboard and HUD. Adding scores to the skirmish and captain game mode HUDs. Fix the crash that occurs while logging in or reloading player data in a multiplayer lobby. Fix the bug that caused the invite friend button to disappear. Fix the bug that caused the spear brace icon button to appear incorrectly. Fix the bug that caused a rename clan pop up to stay visible after the clan had been disbanded. Fix the bug that prevented the removal of clan announcements. Fix the bug that caused unmute all to not function properly. Now we're moving on to both crashes. Fix the crash that occurred when enabling disabling cloth simulation. Art. Fixed castle gate colliders that were not fitting to the gate properly. Fixed a bug that caused snow to flicker in some scenes. Audio. Added the sound occlusion option. It's forced on in multiplayer and can be turned off for single player. Okay, on to some more UI changes for both. Added a reset the default button to keybind categories in the game options. Extended the turn camera with horse and first person option to include always. Improved the readability of query pop-up text. Fixes. Official modules can now be enabled but not disabled through the launcher. This will address the issue where no modules would load. Players can now enable official modules from the launcher and open the game correctly. No more deleting launch data.xml. Launcher data.xml. Added some missing characters from Korean, Japanese, and Chinese language fonts. Fixed the combat log incorrectly showing a kill blow when one hadn't occurred. Fixed the bug that caused the refresh rate option to be reset to the highest option in full screen mode. Fixed the text for bastard swords and axes. Okay, on to performance. Greatly improving initial load of the game by changing how font files are loaded and through other fixes and optimizations. Fixed a memory leak that occurred after entering Siege. Small multi-core usage improvements have been made. Disk usage improvements have been made. Animations. Cloth simulation for capes has been disabled when the agent has a shield on his back. That's cool. You don't want to see your freaking cloak just phase through your shield. Okay, on to combat. We got fixed the bug that caused archers to ignore cavalry despite them being at the same distance as other troops. And that's huge. I mean, you need to be shooting them cavalry quick. I mean, them should be your first. I mean, the fastest thing coming towards you should be what you shoot at first. Okay, increase the firing range of archers that are targeting cavalry units. Javelins now deal 75% of the weapon damage to shields, increased from 10%. Throwing impale perk now lets javelins penetrate shields as intended. Throwing axes now deal 50% of their weapon damage to shields, increased from 10%. Reduce the accuracy of crossbows while moving and adding mount rear as a negative factor for accuracy. Improve camera collision with objects such as wall and bridges. Combat physics fixed to prevent agents hitting each other at the same frame with kick or bash. Fix an issue that caused the character to move forward when jumping without any other movement. Fixed an issue that caused the wrong dying animation to be picked when the agent was killed with a heavy weapon. Fixed a bug that allowed players to crouch while reloading a crossbow. Other. Fixed the DLSS bug that caused some blurring. Fixed a DLSS bug related to resolution scale causing a dark screen. Fixed the bug that caused corrupted rendering with medium lighting quality. Okay, now we're almost through. We almost made it. Now we're going on to modding. I know there's a lot of guys been waiting for these modding fixes. We have added new functionalities to the GI baking procedure, added new mission parameters to the sound manager panel, improved the body mass option for path barriers, fixed the resized terrain issues, fixed a bug that caused selection overlays to stay visible when helpers had been disabled, fixed a bug that caused the mouse cursor to snap to the bottom right corner, fixed a bug that caused the world map terrain to be black in the editor, fixed a bug that caused decals to be visible even though their assigned layer had been disabled, fixed a bug that prevented textures alpha channels SDF from being generated, fixed a bug that prevented re-importing of assets, fixed inactive terrain and shadow options on the visibility window. Okay, that's it. I mean, this is a lot of reading. I mean, I haven't read that much out loud in forever. This was a huge patch. I think it's actually a pretty good patch considering what we know what's coming up for 1.5.10 that's coming up really soon. I mean, the adding the what you call the break out of prison, rescue prisoner, that's huge. I mean, waiting on that forever. I wish they would have added keep battles. The fact that they finally got the full total sandbox thing in where you can be a fat guy and an old guy if you want to. That's cool. That's finally fixed. I really want to see them address the ladder thing, man. I've spent so much time besieging castles. It just kills me to not see them use those ladders. I wish that would have been addressed. I don't know why they're having such issues getting this fixed, but hopefully, all we can hope is that 1.5.10. You know, it looks like we're going to be waiting until April for that, but that's all we can do is hope. I know y'all are just like me, and y'all really hate seeing, 1 out of 3 ladders being used and a whole clump of people hanging out at the bottom of the map. I mean, at the bottom of the siege tower, just with their finger in their butts. I mean, but anyways, I mean, this was definitely better than the last patch. There's definitely some stuff that I really want to check out. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was useful to you guys that don't feel like reading all that yourself. Until next time.